Hi there. Good evening, friends. Welcome to my chess lecture. Uh, we are going to see today uh, the great run which we had, India's golden run on, you know, in the chess Olympiad, which happened just last week. And we're going to see today the golden run by P. Harikrishna. Uh, let's hope you guys are able to hear me and see me. Uh, I'll be waiting for you guys. I'll take a few moments so that you guys can, yeah, you can respond to me and let me know if you can see me. Can you guys see me now? Can anybody just confirm that I'm audible and yeah, clearly audible? Can anybody see me? Please confirm. Okay, thank you, Thipana. So let's start here. I'm going to show you guys today the games which Pentala Harikrishna played in Chess Olympiad, and he did a great job. And let me just give you a brief detail about him. He's one of the best players. He was the youngest grandmaster from India in 2001 when he became one, and our record now it's being held by Gukesh. Okay, before that, previously he was the youngest grandmaster, and he's age 34. His FIDE rating right now is 2719. I guess that's not counting the. Hi Seema, welcome to my video. And so he was a Commonwealth champion in 2001, World Junior champion in 2004. So he has been having a great run, and now recently in the Chess Olympiad last week, he did a great job. Hi, Manoj, welcome to my video. So we are going to see today games from Pentala Harikrishna, of the games which he played in the Chess Olympiad last week, uh, which ended last week, and so he's been having a great run, and let's see how he played in the Olympiad. Um, this game, which I'm going to show you now, it's a game between Pentala Harikrishna and Amin Tabatabai. That's from Iran. I hope I pronounce his name correctly, especially the surname. Amin is right, and Tabatabai, yeah, Tabatabai is he's an Irani, uh, and so here Harikrishna is black. Hi Jess, welcome to my video. We don't have much of traffic today. I mean, you guys only three of you are there, but that's okay. Let's start and let's see how many of people join. Um, so we'll start off. White here played d4 in this position, and knight f6, d4. He opens the position with that, and now this is just a normal move, knight f6, because there are actually two moves which are very well known to d4. Okay, these are the commonest moves played with d4. Hi Sudhakar, welcome to my video. And here, black plays knight f6, c4, and e6, knight f3, and d5. So this is what has happened so far, and black is Pentala Harikrishna for those who have come late. White played here knight c3, developing the knight. This is just a normal theory. and the game has become, the opening has become Queen's Gambit decline. Okay, and here black just played bishop e7. Um, in this position, he's developed the bishop. This is normal move for black. In some cases, black also goes to bishop b4. Uh, that also is playable over here, something like this. And uh, after this, white has e3. White also has bishop g5. So there is a lot of theory happening, but all are equal. So let's see now in this position, black played bishop e7 and white played here bishop f4. That's another line. Bishop f4 line is also very prominent move. Um, this move is quite famous, and a lot of grandmasters play this. Uh, this is you know, besides playing bishop g5, which is another common, very common move, bishop g5. Castling is what black did here, e3. So you saw he's developed his one bishop, and now he's opened up. White has opened up his another bishop here, and black continues here with c5. Now c5 is a very important move. Let me tell you guys, because it attacks this pawn, the central pawn. Now, a lot of times, the mistake which is done by a lot of players, those who don't know much about Queen's Gambit, and they play here. A lot of times, they play a move like Knight C6. Now, that's a bad move. Okay, I'm not saying Pentala Harikrishna played this. I'm just showing you that do not play such a move. Why? What is the reason behind not playing Knight C6? What's so bad about Knight C6? Well, the thing is, we use this pawn, the C pawn, to go forward and attack the central pawn. So do not play here something like Knight C6. Not in this position. Okay, that's a bad move in this position. Then white gains a bit of advantage. It's not a blunder, but you can say it's a positional mistake, getting the knight and blocking the pawn on the c7 pawn, to be precise. So here black plays c5 and white plays pawn captures pawn, bishop captures pawn. This is all normal. White has accepted the pawn on c5, and here white plays a3. Now, White's idea, hi Deep, welcome to my video. And here the plan is to play b4, okay? And this is the expansion on the queen side. That's what White is trying to do. Well, here Black now continues with knight c6. He's not worried about b4 because he can simply come back on d6 and attack this bishop. That's also playable. We shall see. So queen c2, white is delaying b4 as of now. White is not playing d4, b4. Black plays now queen a5. Now b4 is not at all possible. You can see here, because if b4, then I can simply capture with this, and white cannot capture this way because queen will capture the rook. Okay, so here after queen f5, rook d1, rook d8, and white plays knight d2. Now rook d1 was necessary because now b4 is coming. You see, after rook d1, there is the b4 is the deadly fork over here, which is coming. Yeah, that'll be a fork. So in this position, after rook d1, of course, black is playing here rook d8. Now let's see what happens with b4. Okay, if here black plays b4 in this position, all right, this is not going to be good for white. Yeah, Why is it not going to be good for white? May I know why it's not going to be good for white? Who can tell me what will happen here? Yes, anybody who can tell me what will happen here? B4 is a bad move from white. Can anybody tell me? No? No one can tell me here what can happen. The thing is, knight takes bishop, and if pawn takes, then bishop takes, and you look at this knight over here. Yeah, that's a pin, and how does he try to save it? Well, he can't save this knight. Why he can't save this knight? Let's see. If rook to c1, I have another piece which can attack the knight. How can we attack this knight now? With something else? That's right, Bhagwati. Now, how can we attack this knight with something else? Knight e4. That's right. Uh, Bhagwati is correct. Knight e4 is what will happen, and this knight is gone. You see, that knight cannot be saved. So, in this position, all this has been thought of, and here white plays knight d2. Now that pin is taken care of, and b4 is really coming. Okay, now b4 is coming for sure, and black stops it in his own way. Pawn takes pawn. Now b4 is just not possible here because I will simply go en passant. Okay, for those who don't know en passant, those who don't know this rule, it's an international rule, and it is when this pawn goes two squares, um, then black can capture it this way. Okay, so yes, so in this position, in the here, white captures the pawn. Knight takes e4. Knight is attacking the queen, and here black right now does not have the any well, he won't like to go to queen a6. Queen a6 is not a good move, you know, because of rook takes rook, knight takes rook, and in this position white has knight e5 is there, or even white has queen d2 attacking this knight. Queen d2 is attacking this knight, and this is trouble for black. Say for example bd7, and white has knight e5. This bishop is attacking the queen. So this is what's happening here in this position, and you see now this bishop is attacked twice with the knight and the queen, and even this is attacked. The queen is also attacked. So this will be, of course, if queen d6 here, then white's got queen takes, bishop takes, and white can simply take here knight takes bishop. And if here bishop takes bishop, I got white has knight takes this, and if you count the pieces, white is one piece up. Okay, so that's quite a bit of long calculation, guys. So here queen a6 is not good in this position. Okay, so queen a6 is bad over here. What did black play here? So what does black play here? Because queen has not any good squares. Anybody who can tell me what Harikrishna played over here? Queen c7. No, queen c7 is just not possible. Uh, Queen c7. There is bishop takes queen. So that's not possible. Okay, and yeah. So anybody else who can tell me here what to do? Rook d1. That's right, Bhagwati. Rook d1 is the move. Rook takes rook. That's what he played. And to this, white played queen takes d1. Excuse me. And black played here queen d8. Captures, captures, and we are now soon arriving the end game. Bishop e2, knight d5. This is again forcing a trade of pieces. Captures, captures, and that knight has to move now. But white has bishop d6. That's attacking the black bishop. We are going to see now this game where uh, Harikrishna's endgame prowess will be there. You will be able to see how he plays the endgame. So b6 is what happened, and white played here bishop f3. Now bishop f3 stops the pawn from capturing the knight because bishop will kill the rook. So here in this position, black to play here, and what did black do over here? Well, in this position, what did black do? bb7. No, he didn't play bb7, though bb7 is there, but there is a better move than bb7, and it's a little surprising move. So what do you guys suggest? Something else besides bb7? DC4. That's right, Bhagwati. That's DC4 is correct. Well done. And pawn captures knight. He's giving the rook. Well, that's because he's getting two minor pieces. We shall see here. If at all bishop takes rook, then he's got bishop takes bishop. That's having two minor pieces. So white plays here this, and black has now, of course, black will not take this because this position will be really bad, and the rook will also go. That's really a bad move. Yes, Deep, you're right. Black plays here bb7. That's the move. bb7 is the move. And after this, in this position, captures, and black also captured. Now white bishop has to move from there, because otherwise it's just going. bd4 is what happened, and black, now look at black's knight, it's not on such a good square, so he goes knight a5, bishop c3. Now of course any good player will not allow this to happen because this will be double pawns. You see, double pawns are bad in the end game mostly. Okay, 99% of the times double pawns are bad. There are few exceptional cases, few exceptional positions where double pawn is not, doesn't prove to be a bad deal for the person who has it. And So here he goes knight to b3, that's right. And after this, white plays king e2. Also remember, guys, when you have a position like this, and suppose you're white here, it's not good to do castling. It's better to keep the king in the center. So you can see here, white has not castled. And if you're white, castling is not a good move here because this is the end game. We are talking about a rook and a minor piece ending. So here you should not castle. Keep the king in the center, and he brings the king out. Of course, you have to bring the king out so that the rook can come out too. Otherwise, the rook is buried over there, alive. We don't want to do that. And black played here rook to d8. Now, why rook to d8? Because that's the only open file available for white and black. And rooks are best on open file. Okay, guys, rooks are best on open file. Those for those who don't know. Okay, this is for those who don't know. Knight b3 that we have already done. Yeah. So rook to d8, and in this position, white plays g4. Well, he wants to just advance his kingside pawns, and black here plays f6. That stops g5 as of now. So white is playing h4, and now again white wants to play g5, but that's okay. Black brings the king out. h5 has come. Idea probably h6. So black knight is not doing much over there. So black decides to um, get that knight from there. He wants to relocate that knight, and he goes knight to c5. The position here is almost equal. Okay, there is not much happening. It's the end game, but let's see how black won this game. Hmm? He brings the rook on c1. There was even bishop to d4. Rook c1 has come. Rook c1 is fine. There is nothing, no problem as such. And the black knight again goes there on b3 to attack the rook. So he's got to move the rook now, and he doesn't want to trade the rook over here. Rook d1. It's just unnecessarily the white king will go behind, and that's not a good thing because, for example, this, and black will be getting his king out. Also, black has something like g6 and so on. So here he goes from rook c1 to rook g1 in this position, and black here plays, he brings his rook out, rook in the center. As of now, there are no targets. Rook on d5, but it's very well centralized here, you can see. And suddenly, I guess white didn't like the look of that rook, and he goes for a trade. He goes for a trade over here, and black accepts. The king goes behind. Black is slightly better, you can say. G6 came here because that pawn is advanced too much in Harikrishna's territory, and so he's challenging that pawn. King e2, king e6. Of course, now it's turn for the kings to come forward. Remember, the more active the king, more you have the chances of going and attacking the enemy pieces, the pawns, especially the pawns. So here gx h5, gx h5 is what happened. Position now is almost equal from both the sides. It looks like a dead game, but something will go wrong very soon because Harikrishna won this game. So let's see here what goes wrong. b5, it's a very nice solidifying move. It's supporting the pawn further, and white plays king e3 and black plays a6. The rule is if your enemy bishop is of a dark square, then you should keep your pawns on the light square. So you can see here out of 5 pawns, Harikrishna's 4 pawns are on the light square. Okay, we go next. White played here f3. This is just giving added protection. The game has become very slow as of now. Knight c5, bishop d4, and knight comes on d3, but there is no threat as such. The bishop is supporting the pawn on b2, and here comes a move b3. Now, of course, black cannot take that pawn, of course, so he's going to ignore that pawn, and he goes knight e1. Now, knight e1, the idea is to play knight c2 and giving a fork. So the game is quite slow here, but we are now getting some activities happening, and soon we shall see here how black wins in the next 20 moves. Okay, so I'm going to just increase the pace of the game. Uh, Pawn captures pawn, pawn captures pawn, and bishop b2. And here black plays f5. Again, it's a very equal game, and if pawn captures pawn, the black king comes forward. That's good for black. So white goes here a4, knight d3. Now knight is of course attacking the bishop, as you can see. Bishop a3, knight e5 in this position. Uh, well, he can take this pawn. He can take this pawn, but the king will come on a better square. Okay, so that's the reason white is not taking the pawn. You see, in the end game, the kings come forward, and you have to try not your opponent's king to come closer, to come forward. So here in this position, white does not kill the pawn. It will not be a good thing for him. Knight e5 has come, and bishop here. So it's still equal. Knight d3 attacking the bishop, bishop a3, and black plays here a good move. Uh, can I? Can you guys tell me what good move black played here? When knight could capture, but it didn't capture. Um, we're talking about. This is the position. Uh, Here, this bishop is there protecting. The knight cannot capture the pawn. Uh, so, okay, going back here in this position, bishop a3 and knight e5. This happened, bishop a3. Yeah, so this is a position where I asked you for a good move. c5. There is deep c5 is this square, and nobody can come on that square except the knight, and if it comes there, the knight will get captured. So the good move, anybody with a good move for black? Anyone with a good move for black, guys? No, nobody. Fx e4, no, not fx e4, Soro. Thank you for trying. Anybody else? Nakshatras also says FXE4. No, uh, it's not that. So, what is the best move? Um, okay, should I be telling you guys what is the best move here? I mean, what did black play? It's not FXE4. King E5. No, King E5 here. King E5. No, nothing much happens. 95. No, the move, guys. I think I'll have to tell you the move. It's F4 check. Okay, that's a nice move, and the king has to now come out from here, and you can see here now black plays 95 and he's attacking the pawn, and that pawn is of course gone. uh, that pawn cannot be saved, and in this position white goes after the other pawn. White goes after f4 pawn. Okay, and here black kills the pawn and gives a check. Well, white gets the c4 pawn, and in this position black plays a good move again, guys. Well, actually black missed knight e5 check. If he does knight e5, then he can push this pawn up, and that would be a good move. Here black played king e5. So knight e5 was certainly a better move, but king e5 was played, and probably due to time pressure. And king b3 is the move, and black plays here check, king e2. Now, better move for white was king d2. Okay, but white played king e2, and black plays knight c2. In this position, black is threatening to take this pawn. So king f3 happened, and now white is gonna lose one more pawn. Can you tell me what pawn? He should not have done here kf3. He should have done here, white should have done here kd2, and things are still fine. But to king f3, well, that's a blunder. You can call this a blunder. And what did black play here? What did black play here? Anyone? Nakshatra, that's not knight e5, that is knight d4, right? I think you meant this. Yeah, Prish is right. And d4 check. No, not knight e1. Knight d4 check is the move. That's right. And after this, he plays here this move. Knight e2 is there is also knight e6 over here, and there is knight e2. Both are good moves, and the bishop is attacked over here. Bishop d2, and black can simply take even this pawn. Now black is having a huge advantage. G5, f3. Bishop has come on e1 to stop the pawn on f2, to stop the pawn from moving, and here black goes knight f4, and the idea is to you can in this position say if white plays a5, well then he's got king to e3. Just see here what happened after knight f4, bishop to g3 happened. And black plays here knight d3. The idea is f2, and king h6 happen. This here f2 does not look good because you see the white king is going to kill h7. So if here black plays f2, this will turn into a draw. Okay, here f2 will become a draw. After this king h7, this is drawish. So just in time here, he after king h6, black has a good move. What is that good move? What did black play? He didn't play the natural f2 pawn push. Please, can you tell me, guys, what did black play here? Yes, anybody who can tell me what did black play here? That's right, Sudhakar Jaina. You are completely right. Very good, well done. That was an excellent move from black. Even Krish is right. So there came king f5, and after king takes h7, black plays here. Another good move. Can you guys tell me here what move does black play? This is interesting. The last two, three moves were very, very interesting. So what should black play here? Definitely not f2. There is a better move than even king g5. No, 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 no. King g5 is going to be a problem because of h6. So, and and now if king g4, white is playing king g8, and he wants to turn this pawn into a queen. No, here in this position, black plays. Yes, guys, those who got it right. That's right. King g4 is the move. It's a fantastic move. King g4 attacking the bishop mainly, and second is the pawn. And bishop has, bishop has no squares. So because if he goes this side, well, then I can simply move the pawn, and it's all over. So this is it. There is nothing here for white. Um, if white is trying to make a queen, well, he's too late because king takes king g8 and f2, h7, and f1 queen, and white also makes a queen. And can you tell me here what will black play to win immediately over here? What can black play here to win immediately? Black to play and win over here very quickly. Queen A1. That's right. Ujjan Singh, Sudhakar. That's you guys are correct. It's Queen A1, and well, this will win very easily for he'll first play A5 and he will immobilize this pawn, and after King G7, and it's all over. This is not going to help. King is coming here, but knight can just go, or yeah, I can even do that if I want. King d5, a4, king c4, and now I'll get my king. That's not a problem at all. King c3, king e3, king b2, king d3, king a3, king c3, and so on. This will definitely win the game for black. So that's over. You saw how we trapped the bishop. Let's go on to the next game. The next game also Pentala Harikrishna was black. This is a short game. So let's see now here what happened. Yes, white here is a player from Uzbekistan, and he's Nadir Bek Yakubov. I hope I'm able to pronounce. I hope I was able to pronounce the second name properly. Nadir Bek is fine, but Yakubov is a little difficult. So he's from Uzbekistan, uh, and black, of course, is Harikrishna Pentala. So this is the third round of Olympiad, and let's see here. White plays d4, d5, c4, c6. This is known as the Slav, okay, the Slav defense, and knight f3, knight f6, e3, bishop f5. All these lines, all these moves are normal, and white played here knight c3, e6, and knight h4. Now knight h4 is attacking the bishop over here, and here black goes bishop e4. All this is theory. He's giving the bishop for the knight. This is fine, and he's gonna kill the uh, knight with the knight. So f3, and that's also a normal move. Bishop g6, and here white can take the bishop if he wants to. Maybe he will take it later. And queen b3 came. Queen is attacking now the pawn on b7. Guys, whenever you're playing, you have to be careful about these kind of attacks where the b7 pawn is attacked, and even then the rook also will be. After b7, the rook also will be attacked. So queen c7, that stops what queen was intending to do. Bishop d2, bishop e7, and here white plays knight captures g6. This move is just fine. White is taking the bishop, but black also gets open rook fire. So it's one thing plus for white and one thing plus for black. White gets black's bishop, but black also is opening his rook file. So that's an exchange of two things, advantages, you can say. One is taken and one is given. And here here white played long castling, and uh, this is uh, probably, maybe this is a risky move, I feel, because this c file, first of all, this pawn takes pawn is coming, and that'll open the d file, and then this b5, a5, all this is coming. So here castling happened, and like I said, pawn captures pawn is happened, and after bishop takes pawn, there comes b5. b5 is attacking the bishop. It's also gaining a move, guys. Whenever you play a move like b5 and you're attacking the bishop, you're gaining a tempo. Tempo is the unit of move in chess. We call it a tempo. Bishop to d3, he's just moving back, he has to, and black plays here a6. Now if he's playing, if he was I think a lot of guys here would have played a5, okay, and a5 is a good move, but yeah, you see black is planning here to play c5. That's what black is planning. So for that, he's playing a6 over here. White plays a4. This is kind of detrimental Why can't we take the pawn on h2? It's not a safe thing to take the pawn on h2, Sudhakar. That's a good question. Let me just show it to you. For example, here if black takes this, okay, and it's let's say white captures, but wait, white has a better move here. Idea is knight to e2 and knight bd7 is developing. This is giving advantage to white. I'll show you. First of all, the king is going to go inside, okay, and this square will get vacant for the rook. This pawn is a weak pawn over here, and even if I do rook takes rook, rook takes rook, this rook on an open file is coming over here. Um, this is going to spell a bit of trouble for black. If I'm, I can't castle this side. If I castle this side, this is not happening because rook c1, and you can see this pawn is a weak pawn, and white is threatening, sorry, white is threatening here bishop to b5. So let's not grab the pawns which you're getting. Remember that. Excuse me. Do not grab a pawn which is a dangerous pawn. Okay. Otherwise, it's normal to take a pawn, but here grabbing that pawn because black has the this file is opened up and we are taking this, but then after the trade happens, this other rook is going to come and that will be trouble for us. So, however, it's a very good question, but be careful when you capture a pawn which where the king side is there and the king is not castled yet. Okay, so here a6, the idea is c5 is coming, like I said. A4, now a4 is the move which I was talking about. It's kind of a detrimental move for white itself. um, it's a move where you are burning your own bridge. You can say that because a4 is weakening the king's castle position. um, this was not required. A4, um, white has here a lot of moves which make sense. For example, knight e4 is there. There is also queen c2. So here, e4 is what happened, and that's a risky move, I would say. Knight b d7, and here in this position, white is playing king b1 for maybe the same reason, and the reason is rook c1. He wants to attack the c6 pawn, and here black castles instead of taking that pawn. That pawn was not such a good deal, like I showed you. uh, Black castles king side because of course black's king was also stuck in the center and he can't castle on the queen side. So rook c1 came, like I guessed. The king went on b1 so that the square can be vacated for the rook on c1, and black played here c5. This was also a move which was coming. That's why a6 was played, and white played here capture. That's of course white is gaining a pawn over here, which black has sacrificed purposely to open his rook file. As you can see here, this is quite a nice thing for black, and knight b5 happened. Now black has sacrificed his pawn to get an initiative, to get an attack. You shall see here queen b7. First of all, he's pinning this knight against the queen, and here white goes king c2. This is already, you can say that white is kind of in a panicky situation. The king is coming out Um, and he's defending the queen, of course. But black is not going to put more pressure on that knight. Rook a b8. Of course, the white queen can move away because there is this bishop which is protecting the knight. Now look at this. The king came on b1 to c2, and now it's going to d1. This is called, kind of running, leaving his castle position and trying to get the king to safety on the other side, probably here. So this is getting interesting now. King to d1, and black here opens up the center. He does a move which will help him open up the center, e5. E5 is quite a nice move. And in this position, white goes queen a2. And black here played in this position. Black has one more move he played here, which is e4. E4, now this will be forcing a trade. Um, pawn can capture or bishop can capture. If he does not capture, he went on bishop e2, well, then we will capture. And that's what happened. Here, black captures exf2. And you can see here, bishop cannot capture the pawn because the queen will just capture this knight. So bishop here, it's not possible for the bishop to capture. So pawn captures pawn. And in this position, black plays queen to c6. Queen to c6, the idea is rook takes knight. That's the idea. That's the threat. And white goes back, knight to c3, and black gets here to open up the white king further. Look at the white king. He was very well placed over here, but then he moved a4, then he got the king here, then here. Now look at that king over there. The position is not at all a good position for white king. And black plays here, pawn captures pawn, and obviously here taking the pawn, pawn captures pawn. Well, um, queen b7 is possible over here. Also, um, sorry, after this there is even knight to b6 possible. So all these things, and isolated pawns, all these are bad. There are 4 isolated pawns for white if he takes it. So he's not taken that. He's gone knight to b5, and the rook here is attacking the queen. Uh, Black here played. Black has a very satisfactory move here, queen b6. Okay, thank you, Deep, for subscribing and taking my code. Guys, as you can see, you can subscribe to our platform. It's an amazing platform, trust me. So I'll talk a little bit about it after this game. So queen b6 happens, and in this position, bishop c5 and ex d4. Now, of course, here black can, you know, in this position, better move was queen b6 actually in this position, but bishop c5 uh, is not such a good move. And you see now the bishop is pinned down and the pawn is attacking. Probably this is time trouble. And rook takes bishop and takes, and here comes queen x f3. Yeah, this is the move which black played. Queen takes f3. It's better than taking that bishop. He goes here in this position, and when king c2 happens here, black is taking this move here. Bishop takes pawn. Uh, Position is slightly better here for black, and here queen a3 happened. White wants to trade the queens, and this is not good because black now here has a good move. What is that good move? Wow, I've been talking constantly. I'll just have some water, please. Yeah, can you guys find out what is the best move? I'll just have some water. Okay. So, uh, what is the best move for black over here? Rook c8. No, Rook c8 was not played actually because you guys have a better move than Rook c8. Rook c8, we don't want to trade the rooks here because King is going inside. You see, King is going on b1. He's here. The move is what Harikrishna played, and it's a good move. Is Rook gives check? No, Ujjan. Rook does not give check. Here he plays. See, if I give a check like this, the king is very well going inside, and nothing is happening. So let's not give a check and help him. He anyway wants to go inside. Okay. Yes. So the move here is queen to b7 that attacks this bishop, and bishop goes bd7, knight d7, king b1, and king b1 was a mistake. Guys, can you tell me now the final move of the game after which white resigned? What did white play? After this move, what did after this move, what did black play? That white resigned. Sometimes we do get this thing confusion of white and black. What did black play here that white resigned? That's right, Sudhakar Jaina. Good job. That was the best move. And Queen e4, and you can see here white is in big trouble, and it's all over because there is a huge material loss happening. Rook c2 is not possible because of queen captures rook. So if this, then this, correct? And if king moves here anywhere, then rook to a8. So this is what happens. Even if he wants to, you know, this is over. It's a pin. Royal pin is happening. I would say even say he can play this, but he'll have to give his rook to save the queen. And so anyway, this will be a big advantage for black. Okay, and also black can go back rook a8. There's nothing much happening because here there is again there's a double threat. So I hope you guys you enjoyed this game. This was a game from Nadir Bek of Uzbekistan, rated 2459 versus Harikrishna Pentala 2690. And for those who have not subscribed yet, guys, even yesterday we had Vishwanathan Anand coming and giving a lecture on Unacademy. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is a promotional offer only there till Teachers Day, which is coming soon. So do subscribe. It's only for 99 rupees, and my chess code, my code is there, which is SANJ64, as you can see it. I have put it before my name, below my name. So I shall be seeing you soon next time with more games, more exciting games of famous grandmasters and the attacking specialists, as they say. So just stay tuned. Do follow me. You can like this video. Please like this video if you liked it. I hope so you liked it. So take care and be safe in these